Hello. I'm still talking to this old guy. Ebb rolls his eyes. More fights and skirmishes than I can remember, lad. Well, almost more than I can remember, leastwise. I did an all too long tour in the Blood War. That infernal muck-up war of lies on Terrace. Far too many years in the Black Centuries War. Ebb begins to tick off the wars on his finger and count silently to himself. He's counting on one finger? Then there was the Three Plains War, and many others. I even took part in the Harmonium War of Liberation. Oh, towards the end there, I was also in the Sigil City Watch. Some could argue that was the most dangerous of them all. Ha 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 ha. The mention of the Blood War feels like a cold dagger slipping into your heart. Tell me more of the Blood War. Ebb sighs, oblivious to your reaction. Aye, the Blood War. The most dangerous family feud this side of the primordial soup. Yup. A mean-spirited mob of fiends on one side, a batch of warmonger fiends on the other. Wait, mean-spirited? Warmonger? It sounds like just a bunch of fiends. It's the war that creation sparked, and they've been digging into each other ever since. Two sets of fiends warring against each other, eh? Aye. The Tanari, vicious killers, who care for none but themselves. And the Batizu, war machine. All for law and order under their infernal rules. The whole mess spills out into other planes from time to time, and it's made the multiverse a less pleasant place to live. I see. I had some other questions. I am missing a journal. You're missing a journal? Was there more to the journal than just pages and words? Otherwise, I can't imagine too many Bloods who would bother themselves with letters, unless it was really hot and spicy. Not much use for books of learning around here. I don't know where you might find such a thing. Ebb puffs on his pipe. Then he snaps his fingers. But you know, lad, if Ferret is the one who scraped you off the Sigil Street, then he might know the dark of where your stuff is. It's most likely in his larder, if you ask me. A dead man is usually in no position to keep his possessions, and the collectors tumble across his body. Tell me about Ferret. Yes, he dug his nest into Ragpigger Square. He's there. Okay, I have other questions. What is this place? You're in the Smoldering Corpse Bar, lad. Not a pretty place as some, but it's got its own homespun kind of charm. I like this guy. He looks kind of like a giant, but then there I am, like right next to him. Okay. Tell me about the patrons here. Well, you got O, who claims to be a letter instead of a person. Some mercy killers waiting around for a criminal. Per Abishai on furlough from the Blood War. A Githzerai over there who's been watching you from afar. Not too unusual, mind you. They're Piri cutters. And Elias down there, a clueless kid whose britches seem to be just a bit too high, if you get my meaning. I don't. If you're wanting information on the plains, talk to Kendrian Ilborn over there. Wait, I recognize his name. That was the guy who talked forever. He knows more'n most I know. No, I'm never talking to him again. Who's the smoldering corpse there? Him? Oh, no corpse, lad. No deader him. Near as we can tell, old Cygnus is still alive inside that little roast spit. Roast spit. Near as we can figure, anyway. Ebb wrinkles his nose. He can smell damnably awful sometimes, too. Keeps me on the pipe to make sure it don't worm its way into my nose, it does. How did he get there? Ebb takes a smoke from his pipe for a moment, as if deciding how to phrase his comment. Well, now, lad, Ignis had a smattering of problems, and some not slight wizardly magics to boot. And seldom do the two mix well, if you understand me. He liked to... Ebb puffs on his pipes. Oh, he's got more than one pipe now. And smoke trails up. Well, he liked to burn things. And he started torching places and people. And generally making a bunch of trouble. Too bad, farewell. And, well, now most of this was going on in the Hive. And I'll be the first to admit that the Hive is not the first place the Harmonium goes to keep Sigil's law. Ebb looks a little shamefaced. A failing on our part, since it may be the place where our presence is most needed. So, by the lady's reckoning, there was a little street-side justice in the wizardly community. A bunch of tea leaf readers, hedge wizards, and midwife witches got together and managed to weave a spell that was kind of poetic justice. Ebb gestures with his one pipe at the figure. So now he sits there and burns. He's still alive, which I don't think they counted on. Oh my god, okay. I have some other questions, I think, maybe? Nothing, I suppose. Farewell. Ah, he doesn't even say goodbye. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Now, this guy has a name. Let's talk to him. You see a trim, muscular man, dressed in clothing that is comparatively drab and mundane compared to most of the outfits you've seen in the city. Really? He looks kind of the same to me. Maybe a little futuristic. He carries himself with an air of supercilious arrogance. He also looks dramatically out of place here. What do you want? He asks. Who are you? I'm Elise, warrior of renown. Surely you have heard of me? No. Can it truly be? Can it truly be that none in this town have heard of me or my exploits? Alas, I shall have to prove myself all over again. And here I thought I had my fame had spread across the world. I'm certain it has. Answer some questions for me, will you? What knowledge do you seek? I feel like this guy's not going to tell me anything I care about. Have you heard of a collector named Farid? Farid? Collector? These are names and terms unfamiliar to me, but if I should hear them mentioned in any other context, I shall certainly remember your face. Indeed, I could not forget it. Thank you. Answer more questions for me, will you? You leer. He tries to walk away. Who are the patrons of this tavern? I have met only the elderly Ebb Creeknees, who has been instructing me in the ways of the city and the plains. My foe's spell must have catapulted us far across the world, for I know of no plains near our former location. No. Plains. As in planes of existence. They are planes of the imagination, of thought and belief. They're not physical prairies or grasslands, but other dimensions. I get it. You're clueless. Oh, I got experience for being helpful. A look of confusion passes across his face. I understand. What the old man said is starting to make sense. Excuse me. I must think this over. Farewell. Farewell. He succeeded in walking away from you. These sturdy pylons support the ramshackle roof. Hey, don't look at me. You didn't want to talk to me. Go away. Did someone mention Farad? Keep looking at me. Oh, okay. Can I talk to him again? What knowledge do you seek? What can you tell me of this place? I do not know. When I arrived here, I realized I needed a place to regain my bearings. Imagine my shock at discovering that even a simple tavern in this part of the world is populated by the eccentrics and crazies. I have truly been transported to a madhouse. Where are you from? I come from the city of Aliburn on the River Tame. That's not how you spell it. Surely you have heard of its glories and wonders? No matter. This place is benighted and ignorant when it comes to the splendors of true cities. I am told that my land is what is called a prime by the denizens of this city. Though, a prime of what, I don't know. How did you get here? I was chasing my old foe, the villainous life shade Tanalel. He pauses, waiting for acknowledgement, and then continues. When you don't acknowledge him. After like 5 minutes. He conjured his demonic magic and opened himself a doorway and hurled himself through it. Before he could flee me entirely, I threw myself after him and found myself here. I get it. You're one of the clueless. He bristles, reddening, and his hand clutches convulsively around the hilt of his sword. Clueless, is it? I take offense to your words, sirrah, and bid you farewell in the hopes that we should never cross paths again. He turns away from you, still flushed with pride and rage. I just wanted to ask you some questions. I love how, it always works. He sighs heavily and eyes you with disdain. Then be on with it, scarred one. Ask and be done. I'm looking for a journal. Have you seen one recently? A journal? Where would I have seen that? When I am new to this place, how would you expect me to remember a journal? Not only are you insulting and offensive, it appears you are stupid as well. God, I want to keep harassing him. Are you trying to provoke me? You are a base knave, a weakling without honor, a piece of meat animated by no true spirit, an aging, scarred man without hope of redemption, doomed to wander through your life without any of the elements that make a man a man. You are wrong. I am dead. I am not walking through life anymore. Anyway, he continues. I am finished with you, for I feel only pity for you. Good day, sir. He turns his back on you. Wait, but will you still tell me if you hear a Farid? Should I fight him? I don't... whatever. No, I don't really care. Okay. I feel like I should save after all this talking. Save. Yay! Done. I feel like the barkeep is gonna talk a lot. Oh yeah, just walk right around. You're always welcome here. Okay, I don't like the music change. You see a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen color to his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes are filled with the boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped. You again, eh? What do you want this time? Oh, okay, I didn't really talk to him. You again? What do you mean? Wait, let's see what else I can say. I want something to drink, that's why I came behind the bar. You again? What do you mean? Yeah, you again. You got a hearing problem or something now? You was in here about 15 years ago. Got all bugged up, smashed up the place, and left a pile of coin that wasn't enough to pay for the damages. So yeah. Plucked out your bleed eyeball and tells me you'll be back to reclaim it when you got 200 coins together. With 15 years of interest, you got about 500 coins. You got the jink, pal. I got your eye. This is awesome. I like the barkeeper. Let's see. Not interested right now. Answer some other questions for me instead. 500? Alright here. Like, I don't care. It's a deal. He produces a darkened, wax-stoppered, wide-mouthed bottle from his pocket. You hear the sound of liquid sloshing around inside it, along with a heavier, squishier noise. Opening it, the stench of some sort of preservative agent nearly makes you gag. Floating in the vicious mug is an eyeball. I said mug. Muck. Oh my god. Okay. You better figure out what you want to do with that. Now you've exposed it to the air, you might as well put a pickled egg in the jar, and for all the good it'll do you. Make up your mind, Cutter, pickled egg or not. Oh my god. Tear out your eyeball and place this one in the socket? I mean, he says it's mine. Oh my god. Okay, I'm dying. Hold on. Okay, I gotta stop smiling. Okay. With a moment's hesitation, you reach into your socket and pop your eye into the palm of your hand. The bartender helpfully severs the optic nerve. Oh my god! And directs your hand to the jar of goo that sits on the bar. You deposit your eye in the preservative, wrap your fingers around the old one, and slide it into your empty socket. The pain of this entire operation is incredible. After a moment, though, you can feel the optic nerve reattaching itself to the new eye. And suddenly you are hit by a flash of memory. That's what I thought might happen. Absorb. Okay. I'm paying attention. Oh, okay. Memory flash. A vast expanse of chaotic, ever-changing wasteland stretching out before you. A group of humanoid vultures. Ew, what? Like harpies? Plummeting toward you. Cruel weapons ready to strike. What is a cruel weapon? And your own shining blade clutched tight in your fist. Memory flash! 3 tufts surround you, in the colors of an enemy you can't quite place. Long daggers glisten in their hands, and the light glints cruelly from their The light glints cruelly from their exposed teeth. I think the writers don't know what the word cruel means. You glance at your scarred hands and know that soon they'll be covered in blood. Awesome. I mean, terrifying. Memory flash! An enormous, frog-like creature comes bounding over, through, under chaos stuff, headed for you with a mouth full of teeth. You hurl your javelin through the shifting matter and pin the creature to a sudden stone plinth. You have recalled some of your lost fighting skills. Dude, I totally had this freaky dream where basically this last memory flash happened. I was like playing D&D, but it was real life. Like in the dream, it was both. And I got stuck in the game because I couldn't get out because I wasn't high enough level or something. And it was very colorful. And it was this giant frog monster. And there was like a gorge with thorns. And it was scary. And I'm pretty sure I died. But I don't remember. Anyway, chaos stuff. Overthrew under chaos stuff. Who knows what's happening? Ask more questions of Barkus. Proficiency points increased permanently. Oh boy, that sounds like I leveled up, I think. Hurry it up, will you? Oh wait, Hurry it up, will you? I got paying customers. Who are you?
Me? I'm Barkus, owner and keeper of this place.
What is this place?
Didn't you see the sign out front? Didn't you see the burning over the furnace when you came in? It's the Smoldering Corpse Cutter. Best damn bubhouse in Sigil. At least, it's the best damn bubhouse in this part of the Hive, which makes it one of the best in Sigil. Hell, they got fancy places with plants and such in the ladies' ward. They got fiendish taverns salted around the rest of the Hive. But none of them got the character of the Smoldering Corpse.
Who is the corpse, anyway?
Him? Ignis. He used to be a flame wizard. Burned down pieces of the Hive and got himself scragged by a bunch of other mages.
I just feel like he would laugh there.
You want to know more of him? Go talk to Drusilla down there by the door.
No, I already talked to her. Alright, I'd like to know more about something else as soon as I stop recording.